Hi, I'm Alan Zundel, now the former candidate of the Pacific Green Party for Oregon Secretary of State. Of course, the big news today is that Donald Trump won the presidential election yesterday. To me, this represents a massive repudiation of the leadership of both of the dominant political parties. And I sincerely hope that the Democratic leadership in particular, rather than scapegoating the third party vote as happened in 2000, takes a serious look at the larger factors in play and learn from this experience. For the Pacific Green Party, we've succeeded in our rather modest goals for this election year. First of all, the success of the ranked choice voting ballot initiative in Benton County. This was a big win for us, as changing the election system is not just one item on our wish list of things we'd like to see happen, but it really is the key to rebuilding a truly democratic system amid the dysfunctional and crumbling two-party system that brought us to this current state of affairs. We'll be continuing into the future to bring ranked choice voting to other parts of Oregon, so stay tuned for that. Number two, we succeeded in getting enough votes in statewide races to maintain our ballot line for another 4 years. Early in the year, with the Bernie Sanders campaign for the Democratic nomination, we really didn't know what was going to happen in the presidential election, so we needed to make sure we fielded a couple of candidates other than for president at the statewide level. Thanks to Eric Navikas for stepping up to run for U.S. Senate, and of course I was the other candidate, the one for Secretary of State. As it turned out, each of us, Jill Stein for president, Eric for the U.S. Senate, and myself, got enough votes in the election to maintain our ballot status and to continue as a political party in this state. Number three, we've built and expanded the party beyond what it was at the beginning of the year. We have several more groups and chapters now in different parts of the state functioning than we had at the beginning of the year. And thank you to all the volunteers who have been coming into the party, helping us organizing it, bringing new energy and new ideas into it. As for my own race, it looks like the victor is Republican Dennis Richardson. Mr. Richardson and I, during the course of the campaign, had several conversations about ranked choice voting and electoral reform, and he expressed the intention, publicly actually, to, if he won, form a multi-party commission on electoral reform. And he said he'd like to have me on that, so we'll see if he follows through on that, if he does take office, as it looks like he probably will at this point. And I'm also relieved that I did not play the role of spoiler here. The margin of his victory was large enough that I couldn't have played a factor. Besides, the Libertarian candidate on the other side is doing just as well as I am, pretty much. So from this point, our party continues to move forward into the coming year. Among the other things we'll be doing, beyond just building the party and engaging in resistance movements against the continued extraction of fossil fuels and the degrading of human rights and the other things that are happening around the world that need resistance, we will be looking at ranked choice voting, because we really need to bring all parts of a movement together for one thing. We can't be split the way we have between trying unsuccessfully to gain control of the Democratic Party, trying unsuccessfully to win elections as a third party, and trying to just maintain a defensive posture as protest movements. We need to bring these together, and I think electoral reform is the way to do this. So to keep in touch with our efforts to bring ranked choice voting to more places in Oregon and perhaps even statewide in the coming year, I ask you to keep in touch, either through signing up for emails from my blog, rcvoregon.org, that's RCV for ranked choice voting, rcvoregon.org, or by following the Ranked Choice Voting for Oregon Facebook page. As we have our discussions about strategy, we will be posting updates and hopefully getting lots of people involved in our upcoming efforts. So thanks to all the people who helped the party this year. I particularly like to thank the people who helped me in my campaign. I had people helping with strategy, people who made donations, people volunteering to gather signatures and help me make videos. It was a volunteer effort, really, because we didn't have much financial resources, although I'm very thankful for the resources we did have, which allowed me to travel around the state and talk about ranked choice voting to build for the coming year and our next effort. So thank you all very much. Thanks most especially to those of you who voted for me, and I look forward to seeing what the new year holds, or at least I hope we see good things to come. Thank you.